Hey, what's going on, guys? Kevlis in here today, and today I got something special for you, as always. And it's currently been about 4 months since I bought my F-150, about 4 months. And I've really held off on doing things to the truck, like modifications, anything cosmetic. I got the exhaust done, as y'all saw, and I got it altered, like y'all saw. But besides that, I haven't really done anything cosmetic besides stuff like my last video, taking the stickers and stuff off the bed, swapping the steering wheel, swapping out the center console, which I didn't make a video on, and I do apologize, but I will show y'all in a later video what I did. But for the most part, I haven't done anything to this truck. It's pretty plain Jane. Whoever owned the truck before me, I think I may have mentioned it in another video, but they did level it for the most part. They lifted the front about 2 inches and then dropped the rear by 1 inch by taking out the blocks. But I mean, it's almost leveled. Almost, it kind of nosedives a little bit on completely flat ground. But besides that, that's about all there is as far as cosmetic modifications. Nothing special. But that's going to be changing really soon. Now, I know I bought this grill right here right after I bought this truck, and I said it was going to be temporary. Well, after doing a lot of looking around online the past several months and not really finding anything, whether finding something too expensive or finding something, well, maybe not finding anything at all, I've decided that instead of using this as my temporary grill, I'm just going to make do with it. And by that, I mean I'm going to be getting it painted white to match the rest of the truck. Now, I have not seen many single cab F-150s of this body style with color matched grills. Now, I've seen people take the STX grills and put it on here, and those look good, but I have not seen many with this style of grill painted white to match the rest of the truck. Haven't really seen it. So in efforts to keep my truck different, that's what I'm gonna go with. And earlier I mentioned the STX grills. If you're not familiar with what the XTX grills look like, it's just where the outside trim goes all the way around, and this is all gone except for the Ford emblem, but it's just one big gaping open maw of a grill. And I've seen some single cabs online with that grill on there painted whatever color of the truck. I've actually seen it in white more than anything else, but I've seen that and that looks nice, but I just haven't seen this particular grill color matched on a single cab. And I feel like, and I've seen it on 4-doors, and I think it looks really good. So why go and fork out $800 for a grill and probably have to get it painted to match the truck when I can just get this one painted by my local body shop? And actually got a price quote a day or two ago, and they said worst case scenario, because they said they'd have to see what I'm trying to get painted like in person, but they said worst case scenario painting the whole thing would be $150. But all I'm trying to get painted is just these 3 pieces. That's it. Don't want the whole thing painted white and it look just be too much. Don't, just those 3 portions. That's enough rambling. Let's go ahead and get the hood popped and then go through the agony of getting this grill off. I've already taken it off 2 or 3 times now. Everything should come off with ease, hopefully, but I just hate taking off that white trim piece right there. That it is a struggle, because it's just trying not to break the retaining pins or retention clips inside of the wheel well. It's a struggle, but we'll power through, because we got to get this off one way or another, and it will be white. So let's get into it. All right, guys, like I said, we're going to have to pop the hood so we can access the grill from the top, take out all the screws and all the push pins, and then once we get all those out, we can start accessing the grill from right here. Start taking off this piece, which I'm not looking forward to, but it's got to be done. But let's go ahead and get into it. Also, y'all may have noticed that I've been wearing these shorts a lot. Well, just expect me to be wearing these in a lot of future videos during the summer, because it gets really hot in Georgia, and these are my favorite shorts, so you're gonna be seeing them a lot. always. We're gonna go ahead and start removing all of these pins, all 300 of them off the top here, so we can get this trim piece off. I got a slew of different flathead screwdrivers, but this right here should do. And if you at home are doing this with me, or plan on doing it at some point in time, make sure when you take out the pins, you kind of want to leave them out halfway. If you push them all the way in, it's going to be a pain in the tail to get them back out. So when you're going to throw this all back together, keep them like this, pop it in, push it through. All right, guys, we got all the pins off. There should be 13 in total. But once you get those all off, this should come right out. Actually, let's see. The intake can kind of get in the way there. Yep, there you go. Right off. Try to keep everything together because it is a time and a half trying to find these things when you keep them up here. So, because everything starts looking the same. But once you have all that off, you're going to pull these guys out. These are a little bit harder to pull out, I believe. That's just me, but it's the same process. Just get the screwdriver underneath the lip of the pin, and it should come up, and then the whole thing should come out. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, guys and gals, once you get all 5 of those pins out, and there should be 5, there are going to be 4 10mm screws going along the top of the grill. Let's go ahead and take those out. And set this to the side with the other pins and stuff. All right, so once you have all the pins and screws out off the top, it should look a lot like my grill does right now. Now, hopefully yours isn't like mine in the sense where this guy right here is broke because I have heavy hands and I snap the pin or like the little retainer clip on it that holds it into place. So I had to use electrical tape on it to keep it on there because I'm a freaking idiot, and I did that when I installed this grill months ago. But what you're going to want to go ahead and do if yours isn't broken is just pull this bad Larry out as well as this one. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and undo that mess right there off screen, and I'll catch up with you guys once I get that done. All right, now that we're done with the top of the grill, we can go ahead and move to the inside of the wheel well. And since I'm lucky that I don't have fender flares, I can go directly to the trim piece right here. Now, I know if you do have fender flares, you're gonna have to pry it or undo it somewhere over here so you can access these screws. But if you're like me and you don't have fender flares, that shouldn't be a problem. You can get to it directly. And what you're going to want to go ahead and do is get a 7mm socket and take both these guys out. And you're also going to want to do that to the other side of the truck. All right, now once you get the screws out from the inside of each wheel well, we move on to the part that I dread the most every time I do this. And I've done it, I believe, 2 or 3 times now, and I've hated every single time I've done it. It does not get any more pleasant than the last. Might have these fall out. I know, actually, you guys can see it. you might have these fall out when you take your trim piece off. It's happened to me every time I've done it. And all this is just where the screw goes inside the wheel well. So make sure when you get this off, you put this back in here, or back in there, or you're not gonna have it anywhere where the screw can go into. So do not lose these if they fall out. Do not. All right, guys, now that the hardest part is out of the way, your front end should look a lot like this, really odd looking. But one of the last things that you need to take off the grill in order to be able to get it off is take out this screw right here. That should be an 8mm, and also I believe this one is as well. You don't have to take this one off, but if you want a little extra wiggle room with your headlight, it would I encourage you to take that one off. I'm not gonna take it off just yet, but if this does give me trouble like it always does taking it off, then I may take out that screw. But it should look exactly the same on this side. So just take out that guy and the one over there, and if you feel inclined to do so, take out this one as well on both sides. And that should be everything you need to start taking the grill out. So let's get into it. So I'm probably gonna cut out a good portion of this. So I'm probably gonna be messing with this for the next few minutes, but it's probably gonna be like the next second for y'all. So I'll catch it with y'all once I get this freaking thing off. All right, boys and girls, we got the grill off finally. I got it laying over there, and I actually still need to take the shutters off in a couple minutes. But yeah, after I turned the camera off, I kept pulling on it and everything, and ended up biting the bullet and taking off that little additional screw underneath the headlights on both sides, just so I can get a little extra wiggle room. I didn't want to have to do it, even though it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, it's just more screws I have to take out, more screws I have to put it back in. But once I took those out, I had to keep pulling on the grill, and I actually had to stick my hand down through the top of the grill and push out on both sides. It took a little finesse, but it finally came out. All right, guys, now we got to go ahead and take the active shutters off the grill. And if your grill is anything like mine, it is pretty broken, and I didn't realize that till after I bought it, because I didn't really know what I was looking for. The truck was new to me. So there are tabs in each corner of the grill, and I'm sorry if my finger's not I'm looking at it off camera, but there is a grill, there is a tab in each corner of the grill, and they were all broken when I bought this grill. So the only thing holding it to the shutters is that little screw dead in the center there. So for me, all I'm gonna have to do is just take that screw out, and it should come apart. And it should come apart with, well, all you'll need is just an 8mm socket. So let's go ahead and get that off. Now, no worries if your grill is broken that way, or you end up breaking it trying to get the shutters off. There's nothing to worry about. When you throw everything back on the truck, there are several screws and tabs that will lock everything into place. So you really don't have anything to worry about. It's as if Ford implemented that as a failsafe, knowing that this was a shitty design, because it is. But we got this guy off. Now let's go ahead and throw the active shutters on my other grill, and then put my other grill on the truck, and we'll call it a night. All right, fellas, before I wrap it up for tonight, it took me a little bit to get the active shutters off, because I had to remember exactly how to take it off. But I thought it was just a screw in the middle of the Ford emblem there, but I was wrong. There are these little clips at the bottom of the shutters, So what I had to do was I had to flip the shutters upside down and kind of snake my hand underneath this plastic and push the clips, kind of push the clips out. But then it comes right off. But now that I have everything officially undone, I got the grill swapped over, all that nonsense to get the grill off. But now that I got swapped over, I'm going to do everything in reverse order. And I will catch up with y'all tomorrow when I drop off the grill at the auto body place. See you then. All right, guys, it's the next morning, and we are currently here at the body shop, but it's 7:30. They don't open up till 8, so we're just going to have to wait it out, drop off the grill, and it'll probably take 2 or 3 days to get the grill back, but I will catch up with you guys once I have the grill and it is thrown on the truck. See you then. All right, so tomorrow's Monday, and we're still waiting on the grill to be finished, but it should be done and ready to pick up tomorrow. But I just wanted to take another look at this truck back with the factory grill in it. Man, it just looks so weird with that solid black, well, matte black grill. Man, I don't know, it's just weird to see it on there again since I got so used to the metallic gray. But man, that solid white grill is gonna look so freaking good on the truck. I literally can't wait. All right, guys, as you can tell, I finally got my grill back, and I actually went and picked it up a couple days ago, and the paint wasn't as good as it should have been, so I had to return it. But the body shop redid it, made up for it, and it just looks so freaking great, man. I love the way it came out. I just can't stop staring at it. It feels like a completely different truck from the outside. Like, I feel like I'm not even looking at the same truck. I feel like it changes the stance and just the whole demeanor of the truck. It just looks so mean, even with the factory wheels and it being barely level. I think it looks great. But yeah, man, I know it's been a long video, but thank y'all for who stayed and watched the whole thing and got to see the outcome of how the truck looks. Y'all make sure to let me know down below how you feel about it, and let me know what else you'd like to see done to the truck. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. I'll see you in the next one. Also, guys, at the time recording of the grill video, I just got this in the mail today, so y'all stay tuned for the install of this guy. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.